There she was, standing at only 5'7", and yet somehow towering over me, with deaf ears and bitter eyes. In a word, she was
angry.
Angry enough to shatter those illusions cast for what she thought was our love, leaving behind the corpse of my infidelity. And at that moment, there on the 5th of June, all she can think of is this one question.
Why did you do this to me?
And I notice she doesn't ask how, because she has no doubt that this is within my nature. And she doesn't ask when, because that story's already been told by the same girls that took part in it. I should have known that if they spread their legs that quickly, they'd run their mouths even faster.
I should have known there was something in his eyes that wasn't love. When I looked into them, unable to see my reflection, but the images of other girls he watched pass us by. There he is, somehow standing, even though he lacks a backbone. I never thought I'd see the day when love wasn't good enough. But here it is, the 5th of June, and all I want to know is why.
Why not? Those words escaped my mouth before I knew what came over me, but it's too late for apologies. And the truth that's been festering inside of me is starting to creep out. You can't expect a man to live like this. Do you know how embarrassing it is for me, for my friends to know that God is the only man for whom you drop to your knees? I can't touch you the way your faith does, and actually it kills me.
Stop! The silent echo in the room is the sound of my heart breaking and our house dividing.
I was the first man she gave her heart to, while crumbling locks turned mine into a maze with trap doors.
This house used to be our sanctuary, and now it's our love's tomb. It's like the world is breaking apart. But only inside this room. Look at me, Justin, this isn't a game. Don't lie.
But if I could have slipped my knight into her, I wouldn't have had to hit checkmate with that last move. We never addressed our problems, just let them recur without resolution.
Our love was alliteration, but instead of repeating our first dates, he strayed from love to lust, from loyalty to lies of late-night study sessions and my best friend and boyfriend bonding times. I let him in my heart to experience the feeling of a secure and stable home in hopes that it would force him to replace the one from his childhood, to which he owes his fork-tipped tongue, inability to accept another's love, and suitcase-in-hand mentality.
And the last thing I heard her say was,
"You were never a real man."
And as if to take away the very breath that she just used to tell me I wasn't a man, I grabbed her from where those words came, stopping the blood flow to her brain when I was just hoping the thoughts of my infidelity would escape. I had never touched a woman before. Someone should have warned me that my mother would flash before my eyes. That I would witness a man's pride die. Fortunately, she had to feel it, because what I did echoed through every nerve in her body as I left her gasping for air. Wherever she is, I hope she no longer relives that moment, because the cry that escaped her lips and the expression on her face were more than I could take, so I ran, taking with me the realization that she was right all along. I can never truly call myself a real man. How can I put my hands to a woman I claim to love?
How could he put his hand to the woman he claimed to love? Is exactly what his mother asked him when he was 14. And now 4 years later, I just want to ask him the same question. The sun rose red that day as if God was passing judgment, and part of us is still dreaming that night never happened, that way I won't ever have to wake up to sober thoughts.
Of what I've done.